not too bad. It's been a while since we've seen Oreokastro done as an AO for Friday Night Fights. I want to say it's been at least 6 months, more or less. I mean, half of that time was, or no, a third of that time was spent for like World War II stuff and whatnot. Actually, I think it's been over 6 months in all honesty. So, pretty hot second there. Oh, that K60 is completely unarmed. Huh, neat. All right, let's go ahead and go over our mission here. So this one's made by McLean. Simple enough operation here. NATO forces are being held up in the town of Oreokastro and the nearby castle, using them as a ground base for UAV control, while the Russians are not too happy about it. Okay. Both teams have access to magnified optics, and there are extremely long sight lines. Speed will be key to victory. Ooh, all right, we got a little bit of a treat here, guys. I see the questions in chat, guys. I'll get to them in a second. Let me finish my breakdown here, and then we'll talk about it. So if I don't get to it, feel free to ask again after I get through all of this. But we will talk about AFI. I am dragging my feet on that, but I digress. 2 terminals, 90-second hack time. Attacker, if they touch the terminal, starts the 90-second countdown. If a defender then touches the terminal, it'll pause the countdown, and it'll be continued through. Otherwise, mission variables here are as follows.
Everyone is naked. Typical Arma day.
I'll explain that in a second as well. But otherwise, maximum render distance is 1 kilometer. There are magnified optics today for this operation, which is why I think this is going to be a nice little treat. Defender build points is the standard 125 and no NVG equipment because this is daytime. Mat settings. This is also really interesting because Blue 4 is going to be rocking a Maz for both of their mat gunners. Op 4 has a Metis. It's been a very long time. I want to say almost a year since we have seen an ATGM guided missile launcher at the infantry hands, so we'll just have to see what they do with it. They only get 2 rounds, though, one for the actual gunner and then one for his assistant, so those will have to be used wisely, but they could be used to some pretty heavy devastation depending on what they decide to do, because that's also the vanilla version of the launcher. Otherwise, Blue 4, actually we'll skip Blue 4 and go to Op 4 right now because we're over them. These are going to be the modern Russian desert EMR camouflage, which means they're going to be rocking the modernized AK-74s with the Zenko attachments. Yep. So it's going to be Western on Western optics, and they also have the choice of the AKS. And if you know, you know. But basically, most guys get a choice of these weapons. So if they don't want Western optics, they can go with the UK model and go for Eastern because Op4 get that opportunity. Otherwise, we have an RPK and a PKP deployed here. RPG-26 for the light anti-tank sniper. There is no X-ray here, and I've heard that they're making plans to basically make X-ray like an optional thing. So if I see that there is no X-ray group in the write-up, I'm just going to skip the recon section because there's no point. And then crew may get a choice of either the PV-2000 or an AKS. Otherwise, nothing on crew server weapons for these guys. Otherwise, they get an unarmed KA-60, which can transport up to 10 people, or basically a pilot and co-pilot and 8. So, decent chunk there. 10 transport gases, and are these the ones that you can turn out on? So they've got 2 seats you can turn out on for the left and right sides, but not the central turnout point. BRDM and a gas transport truck. Interesting. Otherwise, looking at our roster here for Op4, we have Vagrant stepping up to take command for these guys. I would say he is one of, if not the best commander on FNF, simply because he's the guy I see it take it the most often, though I will admit I have not seen him take it recently, but let's see how he does get back in the fold of everything. Popsy's going to be commanding Alpha HQ. Yuru taking a crewman slot, could be for the BRDM, could be just to take a vehicle to drive in. Alpha only has 3 people with Wise leading Wayne and Tenderbaner. Lakar 4 and Alpha 2 leading Leziek. Wujek, who is on the multi. Dewadox, Deska Keeper, and Yuru. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, so that Yuru is glitched out. That's weird. Okay, sorry. I don't know what to say there. Sometimes AI glitch the hell out. It's funny. Otherwise, Bravo being led by Kane from Papega. Bravo 1 being led by Cake here with Legal Action, Maz, Nafs, Rooster, Dooley, and Bayant. That is a dream team right there. Bravo 2 being led by Norris with Iqbal, Space Cowboy, Carl, Shade, Bates, Artisan, and Cliff. So a mix of Scandi and Papega in there. I'm curious to see how that goes. Newton leading Charlie 2 with Martinez, Nikolai, Heartseer, Kabui Face, Steve, and Rodrigue. Azuki leading Delta HQ with Gribble as a crewman slot, which, again, they might just be dedicated drivers, or they'll just be reform. No, there's a Gamma team. So those crewman slots, I assume, are just dedicated drivers for the Bix. I'll get to Gamma and Hotel in a second, but Delta 1 being led by Firefly with Fawns, Hoba, and Burt. Delta 2 being led by Pro Hunter with Thompson, Gogu, Timex, Sayek, Depso, and Solomon. Gamma is your dedicated vehicle crews. In this case, there is one with Holton and Hunavar to take the BRDM, and then Hotel is always your Flayboys with Flux and Dream. Flux, I assume, being the pilot, Dream being the co-pilot. Now, marksman weapon, because it's not in the roster, we have to find it, but it's probably going to be an SVD. Marksmen are within Alpha and Charlie. So if I were to look around here... The marksmen, I'm going to be honest, though, I think are going to be incredibly obsolete for this mission. Because everyone is going to have magnified optics, so there's not really a point in taking... I guess unless you want the bigger caliber of the SVD. For Blue 4, it's still worth it because they get 20-round magazines for what's probably going to be a Mark 11, but I'll check it out. But like 10 rounds for the SVD, I'd rather have 30 rounds for a 5.45 because that caliber size increase for just how the kick of the SVD, in my opinion, just isn't worth it. It's better just to have an AK with a longer sight line, but I digress. That's just my personal opinion. Let's go ahead and look over at Blue 4. Blue 4 uniforms are going to be Polish Special Forces. Interesting. I think this is one of our new kits here as well. So what do the Polish get? They get ACRs. Oh, man. So standard 5.56 rifle caliber there for NATO, but ACRs they're pretty awesome, not going to lie. Glock 17s as a secondary, a mix of Mini-Me's and MG3s. So basically MG42s recalibered to, or rechambered to 7.62 by 5.1, if I recall correctly. Pretty meaty there. Otherwise, you got the M72 Law for the light anti-tank. Recon, I don't see any X-ray elements, so we're going to skip over that. And then Crew and Aviation get a choice of either the carbine version of the ACR or an MP5. Interesting. Crew serve weapon, Alpha, get a mortar with what I'm going to assume is HE and smoke rounds, but we can't tell how much from this interface. Otherwise, they get a Desert M240 bunker. These are MRAPs, not Humvees. So 2 M2 MRAPs, which is probably why they have the Metis on OPFOR to take those out, and then 2 transport Humvees, but they only have 8 people, or the slot for carrying 8 people. Neat. Otherwise, looking over at Blue 4 here, let's do a breakdown of the roster, and then we'll try to find that marksman rifle. So Fred is going to be commanding the defense. Interesting. Nemo is going to be leading Alpha HQ here. It looks like he merged Alpha 2 with him because I only see Alpha 1, but we have a big chunk of numbers here. So under Nemo, we're going to see Stark, not Falcon, Mitten, Shun, Ofair, and Roche. Alpha 1 being led by Reaper's Insanity with Zombie Forever, Ivno, Top Gun, Lolo, Sam, and Andriri. You know what I mean. Nemesis leading Bravo HQ with Yanni Finn leading Bravo 1. So Nafs is playing as an OPFOR aggressor for Scandi then. That's interesting. Because I'm pretty sure Nafs is still a part of Scandi. Yanni Finn leading Bravo 1 with Iander as AT. Nice. Purton, Whiplash, Azariah, Flying Finn, and Cindy. But Cindy's changed I and flipped it around. That's cute. Casual leading Bravo 2 with Cullis, Kevin, Cullen, Dobbs, and Masquerade, which I always butcher his name, so he just told me to call him Mac or Mask. Otherwise, Ash leading Delta HQ, Delta 1 being led by Banks with Eric, Hiru, Tackleberry, Major Khan, Wheaton, Gazag, and Arcor. Delta 2 being led by Patriot with Mutant, Olaf, Thaddeus, Shy, and Mito. So let's go ahead and just poke through Alpha here. They could just have a lawn barrel ACR, in all honesty, and that could be the marksman rifle. I'm trying to see if there's any sort of different weapon. For all I know, again, it could just be a long barrel ACR. I am seeing quite a few long barrel ACRs, though, so I'm just kind of checking around because I want to see if I can find a 7.62x51 caliber weapon on him. But I just can't seem to. And there's no Charlie, so the other marksman rifle isn't a thing. And they're also setting up the mortar over here as well. Yeah, so they all look like ACRs here. And then they got the underbarrel. So I'm just going to assume it's an ACR as well. Until I hear something that sounds different than a 5.56 rifle. Yeah, not too bad. Usually with Blue 4 NATO factions, we see them rocking some sort of 20-round magazine 7.62x51 rifle, be it a Mark 14 or a Mark 11. Which uses the SR25 mags. So either way, I mean, on the defense here, these are going to be lawn opening areas. With Blue 4 having magnified optics, it's going to be really easy to pin Op 4 down in these massive kill zones. When we've seen these AOs done in the past, usually the attacking faction gets stuck in the open area around here and will try to get in the low ground over here to come up on this castle from the north. For Oreokastro, same issue, but to a limited, more limited extent, because there's so many ways Op 4 can come up on this position. But if Op 4 gets caught out in the open in these neighboring valleys, or ridges that's just too open, and Blue 4 usually, the defending faction usually picks them off. But first terminal is going to be over here, second terminal is going to be up in the castle, and they both have had a little bit of a fortification added to them, which I appreciate as a nice little detailed touch. It looks like the MG bunker is going to be fixed to covering this position. Again, that is a 240 Bravo, 100 rounds of 7.62 by 51 NATO. Really good coverage for basically overwatching this town here. The MRAPs do not have crow systems. They are just up-armored 50 cal guns, which you can see right here. So probably going to be Metaspate, in all honesty. I didn't see a dedicated golf crew. Actually, no, I do see a dedicated golf crew. So that means Collins and Kevin are going to be driving at least one of these Vics. The other Vic, I don't know who's going to take it yet. So we'll have to see how that goes. But round could really, really go either way. So we'll just have to see how it all ends up. All right, I'm going to tab out 1 second just to get rid of that. But yeah, rest of the day, after the EU branch, we're going to play some DayZ unless something updates. I died on the server after going to Tizzy again, so I'm just going to be rebuilding myself and seeing what else is around. I think I spawned in Berzino, but that was just me verifying that my mod set works, because for the past, I want to say, week, we've been trying to get on the server, but every time we did, something would update and screw me up, so I wasn't able to play. But again, I have a backup game in mind to play if that gets scuffed, but I gotta work on some audio snippets for it. Otherwise, other questions, because I forgot what everything was. I'll just start scrolling up in chat. But anyway, welcome guys to Friday Night Fights. We'll be trying to cover all 6 rounds today, unless NA starts going incredibly late. I've also made sure we're on the wired connection, so there's no dropped frames and no drops in performance. Any prediction for who's going to win? I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to make any solid predictions. Oreokastro is usually a really good defensive AO if you have the numbers for it. I'm not sure if Blue 4 is going to have the numbers to hold both of these positions, so Op 4 might push that advantage, but in a magnified optic round, it's really hard to predict who's going to win, because yes, you got Scandy on one side, Papega on the other, Scandy's on Blue 4, Papega's on Op 4, Falcon on Blue 4, but magnified optics completely changed the game, because all of a sudden everyone has a marksman rifle, and these types of long-range engagements can get really, really messy. So we'll just have to see how things go in that sense. But otherwise, Amateur Dragon, thanks for the 19-month resub, my man. Everyone's naked because everyone spawns naked, and then a script gives them all their gear, and they tie the scripts to these different categories here of units through the mission file. So that's why everyone spawns naked, because then the script gives them the limited gear. Because, I mean, back in the day, before you had things like the Eden editor, I mean, all the way into Arma 2, that's how some of that stuff was controlled, was through third-party files. Oh yeah, AFI. So Severe pointed me in the direction of who I need to contact. I still haven't contacted that person because I am, honest to God, dragging my feet because I've been so busy with a few other things, mostly of a personal nature. But yeah, no, we will start covering AFI events going forward. And yeah, Mal, no, I think it was a great choice for a map like this. Op 4 having that really high 12% number advantage is going to make up for how open this area is. But I could see Op 4 just forming up on an angle. Really, I think the best angle to push Oreokastro is over here to the west. You got this nice forested cover. You have these ridges that infantry can walk up on, and only the castle, which is the other AO, has limited sight lines on this advance, but it is possible for forces to stay in the super duper deep ground and then move up from here. In the AOs, I remember Oreokastro being used. One of the times the attacking faction attacked was from this angle, and it worked really, really well. And then the only other time this AO was attacked was attackers came from up here as well. So transitioning from there to here is not likely going to be possible, but I do see Op 4 potentially driving around, taking the side road, dismounting here, crawling up, and then just hitting both back to back to keep the player base divided. I'm also really intrigued that Blue 4 did not just sacrifice one AO to fully hold another one, which I will admit usually doesn't work in the long run, but it does give them the best chance here for locking down a more tightly knit AO like the castle here. But I guess in doing so, they're hoping to catch Op 4 off on their advance and then just start picking them off to hopefully nullify that pretty high 12% numbers advantage. So we'll just have to see how things go. Oh yeah, Mox was trying to get rid of his free sub, and man, and we'll just... I forget who keeps it supplied, but one of my other moderators, just to troll him, and it's quite funny. Alright, so Blue 4 are going to try to now drive down here. I don't know why you're going at that angle, because you can just drive around like this, but let's see if they kill themselves here. Larry and Mod Addict, yes, that's it. Now, a few things I'll be doing during intermission. One, I got to get my stuff slotted for tomorrow's Starship Trooper op, which we're going to be running at 7. I'm going to be taking most of that day off to go to a sunflower patch with Bloodwing and, you know, have a nice day trip together. In the meantime of that, that 7 o'clock Starship Trooper op will be the only stream run that day. Sunday, I will be doing a few more streams, though. I'm going to try to have a second DayZ stream on Sunday. Or at least start the other game. But I'll be probably up late tonight working on stuff. But again, covering all 3 of these rounds, playing some DayZ as a transition, and then covering NA. At least 2 or 3 rounds. I'm trying to think of any other intermission style things. Probably that's it, to be honest. Other than the setup for DayZ and then, you know, going back and forth. Alright, so I'm just watching these Vics down here drive. I find it interesting how they've driven some groups over here, and look where Op4's going. They're going to do a map hug here, which is a little risky based off of the terrain out here. It's really easy to just pump the gas and then drive out of bounds or hit a wall and hurt yourselves, which I think might have just happened down there. But they might try to come completely around like this and then try to get on the northern side here and then take the castle, realizing that the castle has good overwatch points to then hit the town. And then they can, you know, just ride around this position right here, stay in the low ground where nothing can assault them, and then just push right in. I think that is the best strategy for this. And I think Blue 4 knows this, which is why they're starting to set up blocking positions over here, at least going in the lower ground to then get up and do some more recon. But the border for the map is like right here, and you got Blue 4 right there. So they're staying in the valleys, which I wouldn't have recommended. I think having a few scouts on the high ground to overwatch these areas would have been a better choice, because if you are trying to predict that the enemy is going to come from a certain direction, because there's no X-ray, which means there's not going to be a small group trying to sneak around the back, this is what they're going to be going for, you would need those overwatching positions. So Hotel has deployed the entirety of Charlie. Charlie 2 specifically over here, which actually is the entirety of Charlie. So that's a little interesting. Yuru died. That's a little awkward. I thought he was, yeah, no, so he's in that Vic. He just was a clone. But interesting. So Op4 is going to be going for about 10 minutes of setup here as they completely go around the map. This is going to cause Blue 4 to really try to figure out where this main attack's from, but because Blue 4 is staying in the valley here to try to set up an ambush, they're probably not going to find anything. That's a really big shame, because Iander, if he was put up here, he is one of the few people I know that can make some really good AT shots. So, a little bit of a waste of potential there. I think Yanni's bleeding. Probably got a light cut. Maybe the car he was in hit a bush or something and just gave him a little bit of damage, but it's only like a small cut on his foot or something, which you won't even notice the bleed effect of that because it's so minor. But if you let it go for like, 20 or 30 minutes, then yeah, it's gonna eventually cause some issues. Yeah, so audio-wise, you can't hear that group from over here. I think Scandi is going to start trying to get on the high ground here, but at this point, I think it might be too late, unfortunately. A little hydrate there. So I'd imagine this force is a scouting force just to see if this back area is clear to then allow for this massive force to come around. Timing-wise, it's a little risky because these guys aren't going to have the appropriate amount of time to actually do some thorough recon before this main force comes in. But it's also, you know, just in case Blue Force trying to reinforce their back line, this team can run into it and immediately try to engage it. Now, this is interesting. We've got an MRAP with an M2 coming around over here. It might try to get on a tall hill here and do some reconnaissance on this far right area. But Blue Force really committed to making sure that these areas are scouted compared to other areas. The only other areas they have are some scouts looking at this direction. It does create a little bit of a gap on the coast over here. It's doable, though, if you stay on the coastal areas. Not immediately on the coast, but just far down enough. New computer, it's practically done. I just have to install some updates. I've been dragging my feet on that too, but that's also because my late nights have been committed to a few other things. What the hell happened to Arma? Jesus, there. Game restarts required. Wonder what hit him there. That's unfortunate. This is how you expected it to play? Yeah. Op 4 riding around the map to take one of the two obvious routes into one of the AOs and use that as a stopping point, meaning that the castle would probably be the first target because it has a higher elevation to overwatch Oreokastro to basically overwatch their guys going in. Yeah, that's fair. Hey, Mad Dog, how you doing? Ooh, K60 just took a hit. They've got a third guy in there, too. Engine isn't going down. I don't see any deaths in there, so it was only superficial damage, thankfully. But, you know, the silver lining here is that's going to distract this MRAP, because now its eyes are pulled over there. Oh! What did I tell ya? What did I freaking tell ya? Oh! Oh my god. I was saying that Menace's priority targets were probably going to be these vehicles. Oh, that was a very golden opportunity Op4 just took. One issue with it, though, is now Blue 4 is going to know that Op4 is attacking from this angle. This could allow some room for Scanny Recon to come in, but we have mortars coming in. Oh. If we could have a spotter range these shots in, they could be devastating in their spread. We have a hunt arrow round up that is being shot at right now. But here, I want to write that timestamp down. So let's see if Blue 4 follows up with any mortars here, because that was a great opening shot. We'll see how it goes from there. Another one. Oh! Poor Gribble. Here's the thing. I think Blue 4 is going to launch a few more down this ridge. Not realizing Op 4 is doing a really quick advance, which is why you need spotters for this type of shit. But wow. You know, it's been a while since I've seen an effective mortar strike like that at least kill someone, so I'm actually happy that... I feel bad for Gribble. No one wants to be that one guy that gets killed by the fucking indirect fire round, but my god. So you got Scandy Recon coming in. They can range for that mortar if they get close enough. You know... Mortar's lining closer, the infantry coming up. I don't think the mortar killed them, guys. Ooh, it's SL Dream. No wonder it crashed. That's quite mean. All right, now you got Blue 4 firing at these open guys right here. That's Scandy Recon engaging Op 4 on this open hill ridge side here. One guy gets taken out. Another guy gets knocked to his feet. The third guy's also to his feet. Looks like they're trying to pop smokes right now, but it's not going to be enough. But magnified optics here are going to make these fights just that much more risky. Oh, my God. Wow, that round came in literally in between the two of them, so really good accuracy there. Another one coming in. That one's short. Op 4 definitely taking hits here. Next guy goes down. Third guy trying to crawl away. Blue 4 making a good opening there. You also have the BRDM starting to engage, but you have Iander over here. Where's Iander's AT? I know it's coming. Where is it? Hi, Boo. Yeah. Huh? Okay. Yes. Have fun, Boo. This is not the time to ask, but maybe. I'll give it some thought, okay? I know. I know. I will give it some thought. I will give it some thought and let you know by the end of the day after streaming, okay? Love you, babe. Bye. Ah, that's my pride and joy up there. All right, Op4 now attacking. We got a small team heading in on this other side. They're trying to deliver some shots here. We have some AT firing back and forth. That one went a little high. Charlie 2 is starting to make their advance as well. This is something I was a little worried about for Op4, is if they start these engagements from too big of a range, that's going to allow for Blue 4 to send forces around and harass from the rear right here. And with how broken up Op4's lines are, now they're being forced to pull some of their forces back and commit to a rear defense line. But that is just breaking up their attack even farther. More Moz rounds coming in. That would be Iander firing, so he's missed, I think, 2. The first one we heard fire over the castle as well. So, whew, we'll see how things go. If you want, I can go over what she said after this first round during our first intermission. Yeah, so there's some pretty nasty GLs landing up here. Reaper trying to hold the fort down. The GLs thankfully are landing like on the top, and see how this rock is kind of cradled, so that's stopping any fragmentation from actually raining down upon him. But with how thin Blue 4 is spread right here, there is still a fear of Op4 breaking through somewhere. But yeah, eventually someone in Op4 is going to have to make a push here, but if they drag their feet for too long, Blue 4 is going to be able to come around. You have more mortar rounds landing close to Op4's line. Oh, and that's another mortar death. Yeah, so the mortar is being very effective here today. It's a pleasant surprise that we're seeing mortars landing very, very close to entire squads and actually thinning out some Op4 here. So looking at the skull counts, it's not enough to tell who's going to win yet, but, I mean, compared to Blue 4, I mean, they've only had 1 death from that Vic getting destroyed. Everyone else seems to be up and accounted for at the moment. And you got Blue 4 slowly making their advance right here. Going to start seeing that Scandi Recon level of aggression, and with those magnified optics, they're going to be able to lock down a lot more. Who is using the mortar? That is a great question. It's Stark. Why am I not surprised? So he actually has had 5 kills on that mortar. We've only accounted for 2. So Stark is one of the few people that actually knows how to use this damn thing. And he's the only guy, other than Bay, that I've actually seen get kills with it too. So I'm trying to follow this tracer around right here. Now it's starting to fall. Ah, you little bitch. Hold on. So 5 kills with that mortar so far. Give it 5 seconds. 4. All right, a little far, but he is getting them ranged in. And with the rewrite on explosives, it's actually being quite effective. Colin over here is about to get Depsode. What's Colin doing all the way up here by himself anyway? Oh, he's part of Gamma with that original vehicle crew, but Depsode did not notice him. Oh my god. There it is. Woo! Yeah, so he was part of that MRAP crew trying to pull back, but now you've got Blue 4 here trying to come around. Now you have Iander landing AT on that BR. Wow. Did that not hit? He either got an incredibly weak shot or it just did not hit. And you have Scandi. No, okay, these are all Op4 bodies here. Of the original guys they killed, they got behind cover on these rocks, and now they're trying to engage from the rear. So that's cutting Delta off. They're sandwiched between the garrison and these guys. Blue 4 just had a guy get wounded up by these elements here. Was it Reaper trying to come around? Yes, it was. And he went a little too aggressive there, and he just paid for it. Mortar now landing on Op4's previous position, but they're now pulling back to try to do a Scandi as they push up. So it looks like Yanni's trying to pick up this AT piece here so he can use it against that BRDM, because I'd imagine Iander might be out of AT at this point. And this is only round 1. Looking at the skull counts now, you have Colin as the second death. Reaper's also got double tapped. Op4, though, we're seeing a few more KIAs mounting in the Delta team, as well as under Alpha took quite a bit, probably from mortar fire. Because you gotta remember, 5 of those skulls are attributed to Stark. But now here's where things are probably gonna get a little bit messy here. I'd imagine the little thing I just heard was Dream coming in, because he died. And here's his body. Otherwise, you've got Op4 now starting to make their advance on this really steep area of the castle. Blue 4 is doing their best to hold it here. They've got the high ground supported by positions. You see they are taking hits up here, though, based off the blood that is at their feet. And Op4 is still attempting to come up to this castle area. Meanwhile, Scandi, they're trying to do a smoke advance here to get into the low ground to close the distance with these guys here. The BRDM is still suppressing them on the rear. Let me look to see if they've taken any casualties. They have not. Bravo is still at 100% effectiveness here, unless they disconnected. So, with all of that being said and done, we do have Charlie 2 getting right up to the wire here. Getting right up to this position. We're seeing some grenades being thrown overhead. That was a great grenade. Only wounding Andiri, though.
How's it going?
It's going good. We've got some Overwatch elements under Delta 2 for Blue 4 now firing at some of Charlie 2 Op 4, trying to come up on that castle element. And yeah, you had Scandi Recon pushing Op 4 on the rear Dream. They're trying to close as well. I can't tell if these are mortars coming in or just stray shots. Looks like they're actually just ricochets.
Did you see anything of what happened?
Yeah, you landed and exploded.
I fucking hate Flux.
Flux is just too good of a pilot for that craft, I guess. Otherwise, Blue 4, they're trying to look around at some openings here to hit any Op 4 guys coming in. Op 4, I think they can get close enough to actually climb the wall right here. I just heard some AT fire, and that was the BRDM getting cooked off by Bravo 1. I believe that was Yanni. Yep, so he has the vehicle kill, and he was able to push up and get the kill, and then some double taps happened on some of the crew that dismounted. All right, that is Op 4's BRDM taken care of. Battles are winning in Blue 4's favor, but Op 4 is bound to get a foothold here on the castle. They've got another squad coming up to the base of it. Scandi has been a little bit pinned on the east for a bit too long, so Delta acted as a picket line to stop Scandi's advance, and this is going to potentially allow for Op 4 to at least get their foot in the door here on the castle, take it over, but how they're going to get to Oreokastro from here is a bit of a mystery, because by then Scandi should be folding in to attack the rear of Op 4's attack coming in, so it's tough to say. Op 4's biggest friend, though.
Oh, okay.
Wow. No! He couldn't get the last one, but he's got friendlies throwing grenades at his position. And Roche almost dying to a friendly grenade. A great ricochet on that grenade thrown up. But unfortunately, it was just a little too far back. But that was a great play. You said that was King.
Yeah. Running down the hill might actually take out someone down there.
Oh, man. So grenades going back and forth here. It is a mess. You got that one guy, Roshi's pulled back because he's taking grenade fire as Op 4 now pushes that line. So that was a great play by King. He just couldn't get that final headshot. But as I was saying, Op 4 is eventually going to overwhelm this position. There are just way too many of them. And now that grenades are actually doing something in FNF.
Interesting play by Maz and crew here. They're trying to scale the rush.
Yep.
It's doing them more harm than good. So taking damage.
Newton on a flanking spot catches someone who is now running. And gets engaged and eliminated by not Falcon. Oh, it's fucking Falcon. Of course it is.
Oh, bro. He got caught in a flying rock glitch.
So we'll see what Falcon is able to handle up there. Out of all the Lone Wolf players, if he is given the opportunity, I think he will make the best plays for this regard here. Otherwise, you do have some Blue 4 elements back on Oreokastro trying to eliminate guys coming up and around. Falcon, I think, busy bandaging himself over a dead body, so he's doing his best to kind of camouflage himself here. But otherwise, Blue 4 doing their best to hold the inner sanctum area. Scandi now pushing on foot to try to close the distance as the Delta Op 4 picket line now tries to fold in on this first objective. Falcon getting into a 1v1. Manages to win it there. He's up to 3 kills, but I know he at least took 3 wounds there. So he's going to have to adjust. Throws a grenade. Gets a great bounce on that grenade. But it's not enough. It rolled a little too far down. And he just...
Did he
leave
just
it.
walk off?
Yep. Leave it to Falcon. I will hype this man up. He will do amazing things. And after I hype him up, he will, yeah. Yeah.
Look, it's a tactical play.
And now the car... What the car doing?
They're going to think he's a bush and not shoot him, and he will wake up. See?
What the car doing? See, I'm worried because he already took him multiple wounds here.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh my god! Oh!
He got hit by the
Oh!
Ragdoll stay.
Oh my god!
And he's up.
Oh my freaking
Oh,
god!
he might be taking him out here by buckets. He's having to heal.
Oh, but he's clipped in.
halfway the ground.
He's clipped in while he heals.
That's not his fault though, because when he's not
Yep,
healing,
yep.
he's not clipped. He's actually being friendly fired right now.
Falcon dying to friendly fire in FNF? No, never. Never happens. A little worried about the inner sanctum though. Opfor's trying to touch the terminal as Lolo tries to defend.
We're playing sustained.
Falcon gets another kill. Go ahead, go ahead.
He ran me over with a bike. And I was on his team. It was very, very scary.
Lolo shooting too high there, wasn't able to get the kill on the guy interacting with the terminal. He might be out of grenades too, otherwise grenades would be a great thing to throw. You've got Blue 4 now coming in with that
oh, he has
Bravo
a really good
team.
shot here. Falcon's going the right way, but Lolo fluffs his shots again.
Oh man, there is a death in there, but it's not crediting Lolo with the kill, so I assume he got with a grenade. But if Lolo and Falcon can bounce back and continue to get some kills here.
You might be incorrect about that, because Lucara 4 is on -1 kill.
Oh.
So Lolo might not have thrown that grenade.
That might have just been a bad friendly fire instant there, which sucks. Lolo just can't seem to get his aim stabilized there to get the kill.
I don't know if it's because he's sitting too far back. Oh,
He gets that kill. I don't know who that was, though, because he didn't have a triangle over him. Falcon now trying to triple time it back in. If he rushes, though, he's probably going to get killed off, unfortunately. You do have Martinez out here with a PKP, though, on Overwatch.
Lolo's going to get killed. Lolo gets another kill from up there. No one has realized Lolo's up there.
I think a few did, but they've been getting picked off. Falcon running back to do another set of bandages.
Lolo's in 15 seconds left.
And Scandy now on the outside here. They do have a stolen gas they can use for quicker momentum.
That's successfully hacked, but now they have this massive track.
Yeah, I mean, looking at all the skulls on Op4, I'm not sure if there's enough transition room to get to Oreokastro. I think this could still go either way, though. Honestly, because there's such a small garrison. Like half of the remaining Blue 4 force is garrison, and the other half is a counterattack force. So if Op4 just doubles down for a few minutes and holds, I think they'll be fine. They've got 2 Thorns, though. They have Lolo on Overwatch positions, and they have Falcon marauding on these outside areas, and he might find Platoon HQ in a second.
What assets did Blue 4 have?
Blue 4 had 2 M2 MRAPs, and... Hold up, Falcon's about to say hi to someone.
So, if, in my opinion, I think I like this mission. Falcon
just somehow armored the vehicle!
Incredible. Well class. Okay. Just gloss over that a little bit.
Oh my god! Here's the thing though, Falcon ran behind the Vic as it was driving, and then I don't think the driver actually saw him because of the angle, and then just drove over him. That's fucking brilliant.
Lolo gets clipped by Roster, who climbed, he didn't notice, so that's a Lolo. Also, in my opinion, the KA-60 was absolutely useless for this mission.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Charlie getting through. I think it would have been much better with a little bird with a minigun on it. I think that would have... AT
fired, it goes over though. Here's the thing, I know Falcon's going to be salty about that, but I'm going to be honest, that one was kind of his own damn fault because he ran out of a vehicle that had no choice but to go backward because there was a wall in the way. So that was kind of Falcon's mistake there, unfortunately. And then the driver, just because you're locked in first person, and Falcon was in a little bit of a divot, it is possible to argue that
dear.
Falcon's body would have been too low for the driver to notice at an angle like this. I just heard the Metis fire.
Yeah, who
it
has the Metis?
completely fucking missed and went southwest instead.
Who has the Metis?
That would be based off of the roster here on the map settings. Bravo, I believe.
Bravo, blue for red for?
I'm gonna look at legal action. Yeah, it's legal action.
Okay, that's weird. That doesn't particularly make much sense. I think normal AT would have fit just fine because they haven't got anything special.
No, they wanted to counter the MRAFs with the
Fair
Metis.
enough.
If no, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see you, buddy, so I don't know. Watch Falcon get run over though.
Yeah, no, all I'm saying is just that the KA-60, like we were talking about it before, it's like the KA-60 was just kind of...
Like, the KA-60 would have been nice if there was a recon element to deploy somewhere, but otherwise, yeah, it did allow for Charlie 2 on Op4 to be deployed at a different angle on the northwest and start the assault, so there was some uses for it. I'm not going to say it was entirely useless, but after it did its one job, the only other thing you really had to do was aerial recon, which granted, when you passed over the AO and took fire, you actually distracted one of the M2 MRAFs that then got hit by Legal Action's Metis. So you still had a purpose, but then Flux decided to pancake the damn thing, so...
I don't know what he did. So the first time we landed Charlie, he turned it on a hill.
Yeah, I was watching, and he like hippity-hoppity that bitch.
If you've ever flown a helicopter, first off, landing on a hill isn't a great idea. Second off, turning on a hill is an even worse idea. Which I think is what he tried to do. He actually
Star was
poked
up
me
to 7 kills, good god. But yeah, go ahead.
And said,
Metis fired again.
I don't normally
Hits the other MRAP, destroys it.
Okay, maybe I was wrong. He said, I don't really like helicopters with wheels.
Oh, hold on, Blue Force, let's come in and counterattack. This is Shy.
Because now he can't get a shot off. He
just mag dumped his arm, so he didn't really... Grenade. Shy, grenade. Shy just somehow bounced his...
Another grenade just bounced in. It doesn't do anything to... Oh no, it does. He's dead. He's very
dead. I think he accidentally dropped the grenade, which is pretty funny. 2 guys now running out.
The Alpha 1 guys here in this building. Like
another grenade goes out.
These Alpha guys...
Oh, that's going to blow Shy's face up. Yeah. It literally detonated in front of his face.
These Alpha guys are doing an incredible job of just completely distracting everyone in this town against the oncoming force. Because now Blue 4 Bravo have been a few men. Now they actually know they've got a whole support force coming in now. That's Red 4
Wheaton with a grenade. Another guy's on a grenade, and that gets them both. The grenade gets them both. Oh, the grenade throws here have been beautiful.
Looking at this, Blue 4 might be in trouble if they don't shape up and start focusing on the incoming attack. Oh!
Did someone just get GL'd?
Yes, no, Eric just killed 2 men. No,
with the GL, right?
No, he was firing that GL. Oh, it's Platoon HQ. Fred just got 2 kills with that because he broke the building and it killed them both.
Nice. A little bit of rubber banding.
I'm also looking at Eric here, who's on -2 kills.
So you got Scandia Recon now counterattacking the tree line here. Alpha 2 just blew up because a grenade just randomly hit him. I think that was a friendly grenade, though.
Yeah, Red 4 are actually staging an attack on this town now, and it's not going too badly because Blue 4 all over the place thinking the attack's much larger than it actually is.
Yeah, I think Scandia Recon's going to win their counterattack on the previous objective, but I think Op4 is going to sweep the town. So if the Blue 4 garrison can hold for about 10 minutes, that'll give Scandia the opportunity to bounce back, but it's... it's not looking good here.
Oh, is Roster going to get caught?
I think we all want our medicinal M1A1 Abrams, all right? We just had Op4 lose a guy there.
Oh, now he does. Az misses his shots with the M249. He peeks up. It's 2-on-1. Roster can't get the shots off. State Cowboy Carl is going down. It is 1 man left in this area.
So Eric Kiru just killed a guy. He's on -1 now, but he was on... Wait, so did he blow up 2 friendlies with that GL?
No, but he was there were friendly. There was enemies in the building, so it must have been.
So how does Eric Kiru have a -1 right now after killing another enemy? So which means he was at a point where there was -2.
Yeah. I just thought this was a -2 hiding in that bush.
What the fuck?
I think he killed Shy in that attacking the building by throwing.
No, you're right. He threw the grenade. He had to have thrown the grenade that killed the 2 Blue 4 guys earlier. Then that has to be it.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. Oh no, Space Cowboy Carl actually wakes back up. You've got Grab in a really nice position. Space Cowboy Carl going down immediately.
I think Norris is going to get the touch here, though, on the terminal. That's going to make all of Blue 4 pull around. Another grenade knocking out Platoon HQ.
As has the Metis.
Norris going for the objective. But now you got other Op 4 guys lining up. A grenade gets thrown. In this other building, does Blue 4 pull out? He might get an angle to take damage. He does not.
Norris popping more nades.
Oh man, the GL gets caught in a fucking pole. Wait a sec, did Norris just throw a grenade? I think Norris just blew on blue with that one grenade.
No, he didn't. Oh, did he?
Yeah, he threw a grenade next to Delta 1 on the outside. You see an Op 4 body right there? And you can see the grenade crater right next to him.
He immediately got a kill right after that, bringing his tally back to 0.
Oh my god, that's brilliant. But yeah, all of Blue 4 is now pulling in. This is going to allow for Op 4 some opportunity to push in on the outskirts. Norris gets a drop. Oh, and then he gets tapped once by Ash as he was going for Thaddeus because Ash was staying low. But there's another Blue 4 guy that died on the far left flank there. So
only 42 seconds left.
Yeah, but you got 4 Op 4 guys around, but Blue 4 are rushing in. It's part of Scandia Recon with the building. Excuse me, a vehicle.
Only Nemesis. Nemesis didn't bother to pick anyone else up, which I think could actually go wrong if Nemesis just immediately dies.
I don't think so. Blue 4 with 4 people now in immediate terminal defense. Only 4 Op 4 attackers. Blue 4 still coming in with that Vic. More room for more of Scandia to push in. It's a tough call. It is a tough call.
Okay, no, Nemesis wasn't on the line. It just
no, he's with 3 people.
Okay, well, there you go. I think
so,
that's it.
Op 4 just had a small red on red where they fired at each other, but that quickly got rectified. The Dazuki, he's on Op 4, isn't he? Yep, great drop right there. He's on 4 kills. Blue 4 is now fanning out on defensive positions again. This can go either way, but it's starting to lean on Blue 4's favor. Op 4 need to touch the terminal.
Where's Thaddeus' gun? Thaddeus doesn't have a gun. Wow, gets blown away. Double kill by the MG. Only for an auto rifle. Oh! Olaf gets them all! Olaf's on 6.
Fucking
MG42.
Beautiful.
MG42.
Technically the MG3, which is really just an MG42 recalibrated, but
doesn't matter, still fucking
that was beautiful. Honest to God, beautiful right there. Op 4's, it's GG.
PKP, yeah, no, it's GG.
I mean, we've got Iqbal in the zone with the PKP. We got one other Op 4 guy to the north, but this is... I don't see Iqbal getting this solo with the defensive positions that Blue 4 has.
I don't know if you saw, Julie was also part in the helicopter because he got left behind.
Yep, yeah, I saw that.
And he also was one of the... I was the only one who survived that, funnily enough.
Here, Falcon's asking about the mortars. Stark got 7 kills. Actually, no, he got 5 confirmed kills with the mortars. I think he got 2 more afterwards. So, he got somewhere between 5 and 7 kills with that mortar. It was a great play.
Those mortars I saw, they were landing like deadly accurate.
Yeah.
So.
Not unfortunately not on any big groups, but
it was enough.
It was enough to be on on the edge of those groups to still like pick people off, which is perfectly what a mortar should be doing. You hope for those big combo kills, but if you can at least get a few kills with it, you're doing it right anyway. Because so many times you see a mortar get scuffed.
Well, they spotted the last Redfall guy up at the...
yeah, because he started engaging. He's actually getting hit here. He's been hit 1, 2, 3 times. That's Space Cowboy Carl trying to come in. He's going to go into some concealment and bandage. And you still got Iqbal coming around.
I mean, he's got the PKP, and if he's managed to touch it for 42 more seconds, then, you know... Which isn't impossible. He just has to, you know, be smart.
I think he's going to get picked off. I don't see this lasting for that amount of time, to be honest. I don't see any explosive traps on the ball, but... Just... Unless he's got the PKP... Yeah. He has a few guys next to him that he could immediately take out because they're going to be charging out for him. He has a decent defensive position if he gets the touch on the hack, but getting there is going to be the tough part because there are some Overwatch positions covering him. But if he just holds on the site itself, he should be fine. But again, it's getting there, and he's being way too cautious right now. Oh, look at Delta 2. Look at Patriot's fucking spot. This is one of the most crafty spots you can be in with enhanced movement by climbing on this little area.
A lot of people do, I can't remember if it was what it was in, but a lot of people do call this a bit of a cheat spot
Yeah.
You can hide in the rubble. But
The thing is,
obviously he's
like,
not doing that right
now with grenades,
yeah.
back to how they're supposed to be, one grenade up there will kill everyone.
I remember I was in Spectator, someone sitting in that building, nade goes up right in front of his face, it doesn't kill him. He just walks off. Like he did nothing. I think this is a really good mission. I think if you just change a few things, it becomes a lot more.
No, I think this was pretty balanced for what it was.
No, I don't mean it's unbalanced. I think it was pretty balanced.
All right, hold up.
The plan.
We got Azariah coming in, Scandy's patrol. Yeah, no, there's no way in hell. Iqbal might be able to drop Az.
Oh, no. He just has to not flinch shot. Don't flinch shot. Give it a sec.
The fucking double take! That fucking double take! Holy shit! What was he looking? Who was that? Iqbal, going on a roll right here. He just dropped Patriot.
No, it was Finn.
Fucking Finn.
Oh, he's hiding in the building. They don't know where he is. He throws a nade out, which might...
Hold on. Wow. He doesn't... Holy shit. Yes.
That's why he went back out.
The power of the PKP.
What did I say? What did I say? Now he's being friendly fired.
Are you...
Oh, no, he's not. He's not.
Okay.
Or maybe he is. The shots are going over, but it looked like it landed right next to his feet. He's about to run straight into someone else.
Oh, not the MG3 building. Oh, check your right. Check your right.
What's going on?
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh.
Oh my god. That was beautiful. That was actually beautiful.
Oh. Iqbal's kicking himself for that, but he was on a fucking roll.
How many kills did he get in the end? Because I think some of them woke back up.
2 or 3.
So one of them's still down, so he's on
Adriano.
Adriano. Adriano.
So for those who don't know, we have some... Yeah, Blue 4 won by elimination because he's not moving from that spot. So they're calling it here because they don't want him to wait for 14 minutes. Adriano is a name of a player. We call it an Adriano incident when someone starts going crazy with a kill combo because he has the FNF kill record at like 23 kills, give or take.
Is this an Adriano?